sliced,
We've diced.
we've boiled,
We've toiled.
and cooked up a storm in our humble kitchen
Now we invite you on a gastronomical tour of KZN.
as we encounter the culinary genius of various chefs at our favorite restaurants in the province.
So join us on this journey as we traverse our beautiful province, right here on Love at First Bite.
Simple tea cake, a flop Madeira. If ever you're in a rush and you want to quickly whip up a cake for tea, then this is the cake that you're going to be doing. It's almond glazed Madeira tea cake. All right, so guys, it's 250 grams of butter. And just a little tip, we will not substitute butter with margarine. All of our ingredients were at room temperature. So we've taken out the butter early this morning and we got it to room temperature. And as I said, just to repeat, you are going to be using ordinary butter, and that is how you get that delicious Moorish taste from a Madeira. That's the butter. We are going to be using 5 eggs, and these would be large eggs, which we have opened and set at room temperature. So the eggs...
Sorry. We have opened?
Kabeshan has cracked
There
them
you go.
most expertly,
Yeah.
and he has had them sit in this bowl while
Thank
it
you.
gets to room temperature.
There we go.
We have some vanilla essence.
Which I bought.
Yes,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you got the pods and
No,
scraped
no,
them
no,
and
no.
made a syrup. with
I'm
it.
just trying to make a point that the one thing you had to bring,
Yes,
the butter,
yes.
is still at home.
Well done. All right.
I got your back, bro.
So we have milk. I'm using full cream milk. We need 1 cup of milk. And we need a teaspoon of salt. Salt is most important when you're making a Madeira or any kind of vanilla sponge cake because it almost enhances the flavor of the butter. So please don't eliminate the salt. And when they say a good pinch of salt, they mean a real good pinch of salt. So a pinch of salt, but a teaspoon of salt that is. And I'm going to give you a little secret today. I put some semolina into almost all of the cake that I make because it gives it a heavier texture and it's actually quite, it just makes it fuller and more moist. All we're going to do is we're going to make the markings on the butter. All right. And we slice it down the middle. And we've got half a block of butter. Because it's not room temperature now, I'm just going to cut it down a bit. And Kabeshan, you're going to get the what do you call it?
That brrr thing.
The whisker. there.
Okay.
And you're going to start with that. Thank you for helping me with that word.
No problem.
All right. So I was just a bit phased with the lack of the butter.
No.
Thank you very much. We'll return this to the neighbor with a piece of Madeira cake.
There we go. Okay, I'm going to make a mess here. I just
No, you're
know
not. Just go for it. It's not your kitchen. You're allowed to make a mess.
No, the owner of the kitchen, she's gone. Okay. Yeah. Right, so it's going to take a while now because the butter, you couldn't get some melted butter, Lisa.
So much for being a beggar. All right, so there you go. You want to measure out the sugar for me? And I'll do that.
Yeah, it's just very good luck.
So just to recap, we've got 250 grams of butter in there. You can put that through the sieve if you want to. And I am now going to cream the butter quite vigorously. Oops. Did you see what I've done there?
Nobody saw that. Just put it, there you go.
Thanks.
So when you come to my house, you might eat things that dropped on the floor. No, I'm joking. Right.
Right, you can put the sugar in here.
In there?
Yes.
But it's, you sure?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So I know what I'm going to do. I
You're
am
gonna
going
put that on the
to
stove.
use a deep dish. So drop the butter in there.
Okay, but it won't be 250 grams anymore.
I'll scrape it all out.
Oh, okay. There you go. There's a scraper.
Okay, well done.
Hey, I'm really saving you today.
You
eh?
are indeed.
Yeah, I know.
Kabeshan to the rescue, guys.
Yeah.
And I'm measuring out caster sugar. Sometimes when I open the cupboard and find that we don't have any caster sugar, then I just use
I go to
ordinary
the shop.
sugar. If the neighbors don't have any to lend us, we use ordinary sugar. So we have caster sugar today, and I'm going to put in
Watch it,
the
it's a lump.
other lot, but it's got a lot of lumps in it. So I'm just going to drop that into the sieve. And Kabeshan is creaming that quite vigorously. Thank you.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to break up the
Yes.
the frozen.
So, of course, when your butter is at room temperature, you get to avoid getting all of the problems we are now experiencing of letting the butter jump all over the shore, because the minute you put the sugar in, it starts to absorb ever so beautifully. So there we go. You're going to get
The one thing that you know about cooking is that it's never ever going to work out exactly. So you just need to make sure that you have some sort of plan to make things happen. Like you notice us going to the back all the time. That's just to mop up.
Oh. All right, we're going to put 1 teaspoon of,
Madeira,
not Madeira,
Oh.
vanilla
vanilla.
in there. Right, that's a teaspoon.
I'm going to shut my mouth now and just do what I'm told, right?
No, you're doing very well, and I'm most grateful to you today.
Okay.
So
Let's
while
go
that is
slowly.
happening,
Auntie's taking down the recipe. You're going so fast.
we will put up the recipe on the screen just now. All right, so we have got television screen.
Oh, okay.
All right, so it was 250 grams of butter, 2 cups of caster sugar, a whole teaspoon of salt, which I'm going to put in there right now. Do you see I'm quite generous with the salt?
Hey, in the cake.
Yes.
Oh.
And then
Any particular reason for salt?
just because it enhances the flavor of the butter. And of course, we've also put in the vanilla essence. So we got that, everybody?
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
1
essence.
teaspoon of vanilla. So well done here.
Normally, I wouldn't be doing this. It'll be put into a big
A
mix.
food processor will be way easier. You get the butter and sugar creaming while you're busy with everything else. But while we're waiting for that, I just want to talk to you about the pans. Now, if you look at this pan, it's really very heavy. I think it's like, do you want to catch this?
Seriously. Oh,
Yeah. It's a heavy pan. When you're baking in a heavy pan, it prevents the cake from drying out before it's cooked in the middle. So try as hard as possible to get good quality bakeware, because that makes all the difference to the cake that you're baking. A lot of people would follow a recipe to the T, but if your bakeware is not of superior quality, then you find that you are going to get the cake burnt on the outside and not cooked properly on the inside. So we have baking paper. So what I would do is I would measure out baking paper to match this here, and I would spray this with any cooking spray. All right, as you can see, I was quite generous with that. And
Not near any pets, because I think our dogs don't like that.
yes.
uh,
So
Right. Is this done?
no, you keep going.
Yo, this is hard work. This.
So you need to,
When
do
you
you
said-
see how lazy he is? Lining this pan, and there you go. We've got a lined pan with a baking paper. Please don't substitute baking paper with wax wrap. It's different. It's definitely of better quality. And there you go. Kabeshan has done a beautiful job of creaming that butter.
Yeah, okay.
There
Clap,
we
please.
go.
I did something good.
So you
Yeah.
know the butter and sugar is ready when the butter is starting to lighten up as much as it has now. And I'm going to add the 5 eggs in here. Okay, and when you add the eggs, you got to put the mix on very gently. Actually, that's not gently, too gentle. It needs to be lighter than that.
Oh.
And we're just going to beat the eggs up.
Can I just help you?
Thank you. And you're just going to get everything out the sides.
Yeah.
And then I've got 3 cups of cake flour, which you're going to sieve for me.
Straight into this.
Yes.
All right. There we go.
So there's the first cup,
Just to show you what it looks like.
like scrambled eggs, that's right.
Hey, I'm the comedian here, right?
All right, you want to just let that mixer stand aside for a little while?
Scrambled eggs, okay. I never thought of that.
So the idea is not to overbeat the eggs.
Oh,
All right, we got some sugar there.
yeah.
Right, let that stand up so if it needs to drip, it will drip in there. And you're going to sieve in here 3 cups of ordinary cake flour. Oh. Right, let's go. 1.
I know people are very fascinated with this sieve. Where do we get it from?
Any specialist baking store.
Oh, okay.
2.
And it's very easy. It's not like before. Where's the old sieve? We didn't bring it?
We have one. Do you want that one?
No, no, this
Okay.
is good.
And there's the third one.
That was
And
3 cups.
into that, I'm going to be putting 3 teaspoons.
Was it
nice.
3? You will see, not watching, was it 3 cups?
Was.
You didn't count, right?
1, 2,
He's looking for that young girl who was sitting on that side.
3 cups of baking powder. And if you're wondering why there's 3 teaspoons of baking powder, I said 3
Yeah,
cups.
you
And
shut,
I'm
Uncle.
glad
Shout
that
at her.
I'm glad you were listening. So 3 teaspoons of baking powder into 3 cups of ordinary cake flour. If you're wondering why there's a little rising agent, it's because the eggs in this case is the rising agent.
Okay.
All right, so that's done. We're gonna just use all of it. Okay,
Do I-
and very lightly, but I would then have folded it in, but Kabeshan is
Okay, fold it.
mixer happy. Go for it.
No.
Okay. All right, so there we go. All you're going to do is you're going to wrap the ball around and bring it to the middle. Wrap it around and bring it to the middle. Wrap it around and bring it to the middle. Do you see this? So you're folding in
you go
the
home today, now
air.
you surprise auntie by wrapping and rolling in the middle.
Yes.
The cake. Folding.
Folding it. And the reason for folding as opposed to just putting the mixer in here is so that you incorporate as much air as possible.
You want to get air in, right? I learned that the last time.
Half a cup of milk, you can keep going with that.
Folding.
Fold into the middle.
There we go.
And
More?
fold into the
That's
middle.
1 cup of milk.
1
Fresh
cup
milk.
of milk, ordinary full cream milk. And there we go. Very gently. I'm glad
Well, you brought the uncle to sit here to shout at me too.
he's
now.
the quality control expert. So there we go. Gently, gently.
He didn't say gently, now.
Okay.
You say.
Right. So now that Kabeshan has folded that in, we're just going to get the mixer in there. Oopsie. Very light.
Does
At-
that get air in as well?
Yeah, it does. But your folding, it's not going to replace your folding. And if you look at the mixture, it's becoming lovely and smooth.
Yep. Okay.
And if you find that it's too thick, like this one is, I am going to add
Serious,
more
is it-
milk.
is it
Yes.
too- how do you know
certainly
that
is.
it's too thick?
It feels too thick.
Okay.
All right.
You heard that. If it feels thick, you must
Add milk.
Put milk.
Right. Half a cup of milk more. It should be a dropping consistency. There you go. That's not
So it's not
dropping.
dropping.
That is staying still.
Okay.
Okay, like if I pick this up right now and I put it on top of Kabeshan's head, it's going to stay. All right, shall we just try that?
No,
Are you sure?
Try it.
All right, so there we go. I'm just going to very lightly put the mixer on. Yes, much better. Dropping consistency. And I'm giving this a good beat in, following the same.
More.
Yes. You don't need to add any more. It's actually not as thick as it
okay.
was before. This is perfect. All right, so well done. There we go. If you want to have a peek, it's lovely and smooth, shiny mixture. And we're not going to overbeat the mixture now that we've added everything. We're going to
There we go.
dropping consistency. That's what you mean. All right, well done. So, Kabeshan, we're done with that. And I have now
Where's my
preheated an oven to 160 degrees. Now, for those of you that know, an oven for an ordinary sponge cake, you'd probably do 180 degrees. But for a Madeira, because you want it to be very moist, you're going to do 160 degrees. If you're using this size, you're going to get 4 with this mixture. But if you're using an ordinary loaf size, you're going to get 2 loaves. But what I've done is I have done 1 large loaf and 2 little ones.
You're supposed to send me to get them so that I'm not standing here looking like I don't know what's happening.
Right.
Hello.
This one, of course, was done from that pan there. And as you can see, it's so beautifully risen. That's your 3 teaspoons of baking powder. And the fact that you have added the 5 eggs as well and incorporated the air as you have beat it in, folded it in. So, baking paper coming out like a dream. And Kabeshan, there's another cake there that you can bring out.
So this was the entire loaf, right?
Yes, you can just place it right there.
Take it
I'm
out
ju-
of here?
Yeah, I'm just going
You
to glaze
sure?
the one. Yeah.
I don't know when to get. There we go.
So in here, I've put half a cup of icing sugar, and I've toasted a cup of almonds. So, oopsie. If you want to, and you want a bit of a lemon glaze, you would put half a cup of icing sugar into a bowl, and you'd put 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and all you're going to do is just drizzle this onto the cake.
Just haphazardly.
Haphazardly. In fact, if you want it very haphazard, you give it to Kabeshan. He's going to do a good job. Right, can you just haphazardly drizzle that on? I mean that in a good way.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so. Okay.
See what I mean? You could use a fork as well, the uncle says. That's a good idea. All right, so as it drips.
So much. You think that's.
Yeah, I'm just
okay.
doing this
Just for taste.
because the icing sugar is our glue, and I've got toasted almonds, and I'm going to pile that on. We did say it's a special Madeira. That is the toasted almond Madeira. And there you go. I'm not going to put those
Now,
on.
if you like me and you prefer it without the sweetness and whatever, you can just have it plain. It's still just as tasty.
Yeah, and there's our Madeira all done and dusted. And I can assure you it's an absolute flop-proof recipe.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, guys, that's it. Our chicken and prawn roulade and our toasted almond Madeira tea cake. And we trust you're going to try these at home. Send us pictures on our Instagram, our Facebook page.
Yes, our Facebook page is Love at First Bite. And our Instagram page is Love at First Bite SA. So, please send us your messages, send us your information, send us pictures of you having tried this, and we'll definitely reply.
And, of course, we're here in sunny Durban. So once we get our teeth into these, we're going to go and have a dip in the ocean. So we do hope that
You'll join us.
You're going to join us.
Yes.
All right. And that's it from us. Love at First Bite. See you again next week.
Bye-bye.